the new state-funded border wall. Now, for more on the surge of migrants and this wall, one of the people attending it, Congressman Louie Gohmert. Congressman, I want to get to the wall, such a historical day for Texas. But quickly, our White House reporter, Mark Meredith, was just getting reaction from President Biden to the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals reinstating the vaccine mandate. President Biden saying we could be headed, the unvaccinated that is, headed for a winter of severe illness. You're a lawyer and a previous judge. What's your reaction to the Sixth Circuit's decision?
I think the Sixth Circuit is totally wrong. Just as some justices have said from other courts, just because there's an emergency does not mean that Americans have to give up their constitutional rights. And especially since everything that Fauci has talked about has not been effective. It's not worked. And you may have seen the latest data out of the United Kingdom. So in England, the United Kingdom, the last 3 months, 81% of the deaths have been among the vaccinated. And when I was hosting Sean Hannity's radio show yesterday, I had Dr. Robert Malone on, the guy that discovered, that created the mRNA, that technology that's used in the vaccinations. He is extremely concerned. He said there hasn't been adequate testing, and this changes people's genetics, and it does do irreparable damage in many cases they know of, creating lesions in the brain, creating damage to the organs, and especially reproductive system. So to be adding on and saying, let's get this to children, 5 years and up, are you kidding? We don't know enough about that. So the courts they're sticking their finger up in the wind instead of looking at the Constitution. They're totally wrong on this. We need to have more studies, and Fauci needs to be held responsible for the deaths that are being created by the things that he's forcing on America.
More on that when you get back to Washington. Meanwhile, we're in South Texas and Rio Grande City behind us. The governor about to unveil this wall, the first time in history that a state has taken on the responsibility of border security. Your thoughts? Well,
Article 4 of the Constitution says that the federal government guarantees a Republican form of government, a representative form of government, to each state, and is going to keep them free from invasion. And Griff, I don't know what the exact number would be where it constitutes an invasion, but I can guarantee you it's less than 2 million in a year. And so with people pouring across the land into the state government land, we got to do something. And I know the Arizona Supreme Court case said state and local law enforcement are not to enforce immigration, but they anticipated surely that the federal government would do their job, keep their guarantee. They hadn't done it.
You put your finger on something there, and that is the state enforcement, because here in Texas, they've gone from the catch and release policy of the Biden administration to the catch and jail policy of Governor Abbott. He has made it, if these migrants cross onto private property, they're charging them with trespassing. The ranches, I was out all week in Kenny County, they take those single males, if there's women or children, they're turning them over in a humanitarian reason to the Border Patrol, but if they're single adult males, they're turning them over and they're put in jail in Val Verde County in the case of the Kenny County thing. So my question to you is, do you believe that the state enforcement with the catch and jail instead of catch and release will help drive this crisis and drive these numbers down?
I absolutely do. Unfortunately, what it may do for a while is drive people, the drug cartels, to bring people across the border in other states, and then the other states will need to do that. But under state law, you have to have it posted, no trespassing, and you got to have some kind of fence. And that's what's being done. And we got a lot of work to do on the fence. But Griff, how outrageous. The federal government paid for the materials to build the wall.
That's true, and the feds won't give them the panels.
And they're
hey,
just
listen, Congressman, thank you very much. We
it's great
got to
be
let it
with
go.
you.
We're about to run out of time. Thanks for being here. Coming up next.